And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. And Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Max, and we're back in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup right next to Fisherman's Landing, where it's a busy morning at Fisherman's Landing this morning. And we have the boss, Captain Franco Preste from the Royal Polaris and the Shogun is here with us. We're going to have a great show talking some serious fishing here. You stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
Hello, this is Bill Varney from CCA California with a warning to all California anglers. Assembly Bill 3030 is here. AB 3030 proposes to conserve at least 30% of California's water and land by 2030. To date, California has already restricted or placed off limits nearly 40% of the fishable coast. With a current network of more than 145 marine protected areas, California is already recognized as a world leader in marine conservation. The state legislature is working quickly to make these possible closures a reality with no input from anglers. Are you going to let them take your fishing away again? It's time to join CCA if you're not already a member and stand up for your right to fish. Taking steps to help is easy. Join CCA if you're not already a member. Donate to CCA to fund the fight. Volunteer with CCA to join our army to help stand up for anglers and our right to fish. You'll find more information and a link to join at ccacalifornia.org.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Boy, you weren't kidding when you said a busy morning at Fisherman's Landing this morning. There's boats coming in, carts bumping down the dock, fish on the slab. It's happening.
Fisherman's Processing is busy this morning. There's a lot of fish hitting the deck, right, Captain Frank?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just came home.
I did, from a 6-day trip a couple days ago.
How was that?
It was an absolute ball.
Yeah.
It really was. We had some good fishing on kelp patties on 12 to 14 pound yellows with a few bigger, and then we fished Cortez Bank where we had excellent fishing on 20 to 35 pound yellowtail.
Really?
Fly lining, surface iron. And I got to say, you're only fishing in 70 to 90 feet of water. When they've got those pinnacles around, they pull a lot harder because they know they've got a chance to get away. And there were several fray jobs, believe me.
I'd say a 30-pound yellow in 70 feet of water when he can seize his home is not an easy task.
I know John Collins landed one about 35 pounds. It took him all the way around the boat, and he said he was lucky to get it because his mono was frayed to almost in two.
Oh, cool.
Wow. What pound test are you fishing on that?
40.
40. Ooh,
yeah.
So, yeah. It's,
you had to pull hard.
Yeah.
So it was a ball. And
that sounds fun.
Then we had our limits on bluefin tuna, and it was just a ball. And the best part was I had my family on the boat.
Yeah. That's so cool. So, it was a family trip.
It wasn't a family trip.
It was Frank's family trip.
My son, Tony, and his wife and his 2 kids, Francesca and Luciano, were on the boat.
Wow.
And I was so proud of them. They fished so hard. I know Tilly, Tony's wife, got the last fish of the trip. It's about a 75-pounder. It took her, she did it all herself, and it took her close to an hour to land, but she did it all by herself. It was just a fun trip.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wonderful group of people on the boat, so we had a ball.
How old Francesca and Luciano
Francesca's 17.
Oh, my goodness.
Luciano's 10.
Whoa.
But they had
grown up.
They had a ball, yes.
Yeah.
Time flies.
They like to fish?
Oh, boy, do they ever.
With the
Do they
grandpa?
ever. They fish hard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rad.
They really do.
And so, so this morning, another trip just came in.
Yep,
And tell us about that.
3-day trip came in. People were happier, as happy as they could be. There's a group formed on the boat, and they want to charter the boat for next year. And
Cool.
we've already got our schedule together. I just finished it yesterday, and we'll get it published here pretty soon. It'll probably be another 10 days or so before we get it published and put it up on the website. But if somebody wants to know, they can call Monica. Meanwhile, I'd like to mention early here that we had to cancel a 7-day trip coming up August 15th. Due to cancellations, and we've plugged in 2 day-and-a-halves and a 2-day.
Oh,
And you don't call Monica on that. All you do is call Fisherman's Landing. It's on the schedule.
You can book it online?
Yes. There's a day-and-a-half, I believe, limited to 24.
Wow.
There's a day-and-a-half limited to 18 people.
Oh,
and
my.
And then there's a 2-day limited to 24 people.
This is on the Royal Polaris.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Wow.
Obviously, it's not cheap with 18 people.
Yes.
It's $650.
But what an opportunity.
4 people have booked already. And what it does is guarantee everybody their private stateroom.
Oh, my goodness, with the 18.
Right.
side. And the other one's going to be, you're going to have a lot of private staterooms with 24, too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
there are those that can, the ones that book early can probably get a stateroom by themselves. Yes.
Wow.
And I want to mention to everybody that we have that Pro Air system, which is really pretty cool, that it emits eons into the staterooms that attack, staterooms and hallways that attack all viruses and bacteria. So
and these ions kill everything?
Destroy them.
Destroy them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's also good for other things, too.
And this is running constantly through the air conditioning system.
That's correct.
So it's constantly being filtered and
there's 2 systems.
And destroyed.
Correct. And it's I'm not only happy of it for COVID-19. I know that in the past, especially on some of our 10-day to 18-day trips, one guy will come on the boat with a cold or the flu, and the next thing you know, slowly it goes through the whole boat, and the crew and all. And this thing here is going to really make a difference. So,
but let's talk about that. Let's talk about safety on the boats today. And I've said this over and over on the show. I think it's safer today than it has been, just because you don't allow that guy on the boat anymore.
No, it's Monica or Jen take temperatures of everybody when they sign in, and that helps.
You have to guarantee you're not have a cough or symptoms and stuff like that, right?
All of that. There's quite a form they got to sign, and it's just like the day and a half we had leaving tonight. We had a guy call yesterday afternoon, say he had to go to the hospital with his wife because she was running a fever and coughing. I said, well, whether she tests positive or not, I think it's best she don't come.
Yeah.
And
come
in fact, I told him he shouldn't come.
You shouldn't.
And,
don't come.
And luckily, we filled those 2 spots last night on the website. But, having my son on the boat and have him, because he works exclusively in that area, in the San Francisco area. He's written a majority of the laws regarding that. He came up with some suggestions that we're following very closely, especially about ventilation in the galley, and especially about crew members, for example. One thing the passengers have to, on our boat, we try to get our crew to spend plenty of time with the passengers, even if it's just visiting, talking to them about their kids or what their favorite hobbies are. That's not going to happen anymore, because it'll happen as long as they're 6 feet away. Sure. But the law is, if somebody comes down with something and a crew member spends 15 minutes or more within 6 feet of that person, then he's got to quarantine for 14 days.
Wow.
So you'll find the crew is very friendly, wearing their masks all the time, but not necessarily bumping shoulders with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No more high-fiving.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I hear you. Yeah, but they'll gaff your fish still.
Yeah, of course.
Because the gaffs are long. The gaffs are 12 feet long.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's and also put it in that beautiful RSW, tag your fish for you, the whole
You
thing.
bet. You
yeah.
bet.
None of the great services or the food has changed on the Royal Polaris of the Shogun.
No,
or any of the boats, right?
The food, if anything, is getting better and better all the time. The one thing we are trying to do is once in a while we'll do instead of a big breakfast, we'll do a breakfast burrito, especially when we're fishing, and we're encouraging people that want to take a plate outside and eat.
That's great.
But we are maintaining 6 feet. You know, as you are aware, the Royal Polaris galley is big, and we don't allow any more than 11 people eating at one time.
What about longer trips now? How are things going to be different or same protocols?
Same protocol. You know, it seems like every couple of weeks we come up with something else that we could do.
That's better.
Okay, that's better. You know, we have the hand sanitizer, and we're insisting and begging people to please, you know, when you go down to your stateroom, there's a big bottle of Germix there. Just hit it for a minute, wipe your hands. And as you know, Pete, when you come back out of your stateroom, I'll bet every time you put your hand on the handrail, right?
Sure.
So when you get to the top of the stairs, hit the Germix again.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about the galley doors. They're open, so you're not touching anything. Then there's another container right outside outside before you come into the galley.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're doing everything we can, and I think people can feel very, very safe.
That's one of the things that I've been so proud about working at the landing is just seeing all the extra steps that have been taken. And the feeling is it's not that, you know, the Royal Polaris or Fisherman's Landing or Point Loma, it's not that they're doing the steps that are needed to be allowed to run. It's well over and above. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say is that, you know, the steps weren't, you know, followed just enough to get going. I mean, we take this very, very serious, and the safety of our passengers and customers are a lot more important than just, okay, you're allowed to run. I mean,
and the safety of our crews.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
No question. Yeah.
So-
Because the crew's an important part of that whole operation. Right? Got to have somebody to gaff your fish and run the boat and put you on it.
But
let's talk about the crew on the Royal Polaris.
What about a crew?
Yeah. What a fantastic group you have right now.
We've got a great
you really
group.
do.
You know, and we should also talk about that crew on the Shogun. They're making they're making headlines. I got to tell you, Renee and Paul are such a team.
Oh boy.
They really are, and they are great leaders. You know, a lot of times you get a young guy, young skipper, and they're excellent fishermen, but don't necessarily have the leadership qualities, and the crew tends to walk on them, you know. But these two guys have really put it together. There is not a trip that comes in that we don't get loads of compliments. And on the RP, we got some astonishing, amazing guys, too. We got a young man named Trevin now that this kid will be, I think, as good as Roy Rose and own his own boat.
That's saying
own his
something.
own boat in the next 3 or 4 years.
How old is he?
About 23.
My goodness.
23. But he is all over that boat.
He's just got it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and of course you've got quite the lineup of captains too already on that boat.
We have some great people, but you know what? We've got other boats in the fleet that have great people too.
Yeah.
So
we
have a fleet that you can be darn proud of. You know?
doubt.
No question. What about Seaforth too? We haven't mentioned Seaforth. Those guys are killing it over there too. John Yamati and his crew.
One of my favorite places, that's for sure. And John Yamati is an outstanding manager and does a great job over there. And he's got his son Jeff in there, who's also a manager and does a great job. So, yes, things are going very, very well.
Now, does Rambo kind of oversee everything over there, Jim Hughes? I mean, he's kind of the guy that everybody looks up to and does that. I mean, having a guy like Jim Hughes on the Cortez over at Seaforth has got to be a huge bonus for that landing.
You know, he's the type of guy that helps everybody.
Yeah. Shirt off the back kind of guy.
You got a problem when you get in, he's all over you.
Yeah.
You know, and we're very lucky on the Royal Polaris because he works for us during the winter.
That's amazing.
So,
Cool.
You know, it's wonderful to have him. He ran our whole maintenance this last year, and it was just a pleasure.
Yeah.
So
did you have to do a lot of maintenance this winter on the boat, or is the boat in really great shape?
Pete, I don't care what you do. Every year, you know,
You got to do it.
The year before, we did all the staterooms. The staterooms
Right.
are beautiful. The
Yeah.
boat looks beautiful. I don't care what you do. Generally, now, we did not spend that much this year, but 99% of the time you spend $250,000 on that maintenance period.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. You're going to do it one way or another somewhere.
Yeah.
So this year it was a little less than that, thank goodness. But anyhow, it's if you want to keep your boat in top shape and have pride in your equipment, you better spend some money on it, or it's going to catch up.
Doesn't matter how big the boat is. They need maintenance. They live in salt water.
That's right.
And speaking of maintenance, and we talked about the Shogun, Renee and Paul, there's two guys, because I know when fishing on the Shogun, I know how Renee and Paul pays such great attention to detail in every system on that boat. They're on it. Both of them are masters at that, right?
They're both outstanding.
Yeah.
We're just lucky. Things are going so well. We just pray to God that they continue to do so, and that the county lets us continue to fish. If they do, we're going to be in great shape.
Yeah, and there's no reason why they shouldn't, because things are just going well.
You're a lot better doing an outdoor activity than you are, being in a building and in a gathering. Obviously, a gathering of 30 or 40 people inside of a room is dangerous.
Not good.
No.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. But
anyhow,
you've got the protocols, and things are good, and we encourage people to get out and go fishing.
That's it, man.
Right?
Absolutely. And by the way, I want to mention that Randy Toussaint came in with a beautiful trip the other day. I think he told me he had 3 over 200.
Nice.
And around 25 fish that were 100 to 180.
That Randy Toussaint, when he's on the Royal Star, boy, watch out, right?
Yeah, it's just tough to get him on there.
He's a busy guy.
He likes his commercial fishing so much.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. A lot to talk about. We have just scratched the surface this morning.
Boy, you're dead right about that. And there's so much going on with the, great bluefin fishing close to home. And we heard about that great tuna fishing we talked about yesterday in the San Diego. And then, scores like that of, dozens and dozens of bluefin over 100 pounds within,
there's yellowfin. There's yellowfin. There's a lot of 40 to 50 pound yellowfin out there.
Yeah.
There's some 20 pounders too. Don't get me wrong, but there, I think it was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I forget which. Booger on the San Diego. He stopped on a kelp patty, figuring he was catching a few yellows, and they did catch a few yellows, and then it turned to straight yellowfin, 40 to 50 pound fish.
Wow. This is just so cool. We've got such a great season going and such a great show, and we want you to join us. If you want to be a part of Let's Talk Hookup this morning, we want to hear from you. Give us a call at 833-288-0973. Again, 833-288-0973. That's not only your chance to talk to Captain Frank Preste, also your opportunity at winning a great prize. And today, at the end of the show, we are giving away a full-day trip going fishing on board the Liberty at a Fisherman's Landing. Get a chance to fish with Captain Taro and Aníbal and the whole crew. Again, you want to talk about a fantastic operation who has just been crushing them. You're going to get to go fishing and experience that great boat with a full-day trip on the Liberty. Again, if you want to get your shot at that great prize, or better yet, your chance to talk to Frank, 833-288-0973. And when we come back, we're going to be taking those phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
Seakeeper, the leader in marine stabilization, has launched its newest, smallest, and most radically different model, the Seakeeper 1. Now, for the first time, stabilization is available for boats as small as 23 feet. The Seakeeper 1 is designed to eliminate up to 95% of boat roll-on vessels 23 to 30 feet. With a fresh new look, the Seakeeper 1 has a compact flush mount installation and runs on 12-volt battery power. Installation is a breeze. It can fit under almost any seat, and now your skiff can enjoy the comfort and enjoyment that only a Seakeeper-equipped boat can provide. Check out the Seakeeper demo boat at upcoming shows and arrange a free test ride. Seakeeper has changed the lives of many Southern California anglers, including Pete Gray, and will allow you to stay on the fishing grounds when others need to head back to port. Visit seakeeper.com/take-a-ride to arrange a demo. Eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on your trailer boat. Seakeeper. Once you feel it, you'll never boat without it.
There are plenty of boat slips and marinas in San Diego, but there is only one Kona Kai. It's not just a place to park your boat, it's a way of life here in America's finest city. Come check out what's new at the Kona Kai. 170 luxury guest rooms, including 41 brand new suites, featuring contemporary island-inspired decor, deep soaking tubs and oversized balconies. The Kona Kai Resort Spa and Marina has multiple swimming pools and a private beach, waterfront restaurants, and an award-winning spa, most of which is included for marina tenants. Add the Kona Kai Club to your membership and you have access to the new Paloma Pool Bar, a new and exclusive pool area for adults only, which allows guests to enjoy poolside craft cocktails and California coastal cuisine while overlooking your boat. In addition to all this, Kona Kai is the closest marina to the open ocean. Check resortkonakai.com on the web for more information, to reserve a slip, or inquire about joining the club. The Kona Kai Resort, much more than just a place to park your boat.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
You know, the ranch is unique. It's one of the few places in the world where you can still drive ATVs up the beach. We have fishing from the beach. We have dive trips that we run to Pomo in a number of different spots. Kayaking, of course, has been real big. We were one of the first hotels to introduce kayaking. The ranch is small, you know, it's intimate, it's 34 rooms, so everyone gets to know everyone. The old saying, where everyone knows your name. Well, truly at Rancho Leonero, the employees do know pretty darn near all our guests' names. And what's even more interesting is most of the guests know each other's names. Very personal, very intimate, and a special, special environment. 2 miles of beachfront, a mile on either side of the hotel. Rancho Leonero is really the last of the old-style Baja fishing resorts. 1-800-646-2252. 1-800-646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero.
For local and long-range fishing, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among seasoned or novice anglers. But Islander Charters is much more than great fishing. They also do incredible Guadalupe white shark diving trips as well as a schedule of kayak mothership trips. You need to check out the Islander on their website, islander-charters.com. The Islander is San Diego's leader when it comes to 2 to 5 day fishing. Watch the website for trips and adventures available. Experience the Islander difference. Visit islander-charters.com for all the details.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here talking fishing. Man, it's just got me so pumped up to go. It's just crazy how good the opportunity is to go get in on all the different types of fishing that we enjoy right now.
Yeah, it's kind of nice broadcasting from the world headquarters here, right?
Looking out at all the boats.
All the boats.
It's very, very cool.
It's a perfect broadcast venue for Let's Talk.
Yes, it is.
Hookup,
Maybe you ought to do it permanently.
It could happen.
There you go.
I mean, Ricky and I getting pretty used to this.
I'm liking it, man.
Yeah,
I dig it. It's not a long
being
commute.
in the hub.
Yeah, it's not a long commute to my other job here. You know, it's nice and close. You get to see all the boats coming. Yeah. I love it, man.
Now, and I'll relate this story. How many years ago did you build Sun Harbor, the new Sun Harbor?
Oh, God, it's been about 14 years.
14 years. Okay, so 14 years ago, you came to me and you said, I have a perfect office for you. And I go, Frank, I operate out of my house. I don't know that I can afford an office. And you said, you can't not afford this office. It's going to put you right where you need to be every day. And that advice, like you've given to many other people, is spot on, because being right here in the hub of the world of sport fishing in Southern California is so important.
Yeah, it's worked out nicely.
Good
advice.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's so great being a part of this whole industry.
You know, it's nice having Ken Frankie in the Sport Fishing Association.
Oh, yeah,
too.
Right here.
It's so handy for all our skippers and all our deckhands. They can walk right in and answers to questions in a hurry.
I can't tell you how many times we've walked down with a customer at the tackle store, a private boat question. Hey, I'm wanting to go to Mexico, but I'm not sure about this or that. And I'm like, well, let's just walk down there. And whether it's Ken or a member of his team, I mean, it's an invaluable resource.
And great kudos to Ken Frankie for the job he's doing. I mean, the Sport Fishing Association of SAC is doing a tremendous job, and it's all through his leadership. It's
absolutely
great.
Yeah, he really led the charge on getting people back on the boats.
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't be there today if it wasn't
and he's
for him.
Still working it. He's always
Every
working
day.
it. He's got projects going all the time.
And he keeps a watchful eye to make sure everybody's meeting the protocols, too, which is really good.
If you see him walk down on your boat, it's usually not a good sign.
Well, hey, you know what is a good thing, Frank, is those phones are packed. They want to talk to you, so let's go ahead and jump into it.
That sounds good to me. Why don't we start it off this morning morning with John, who's calling us from Escondido this morning. Hi, John. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, John.
I just got to give kudos to Frank. And, you know, you have a lot of people that come on the show, and they talk about their boats and this and that. But I was fortunate enough that my first long-range trip was on his boat, and I don't want to go fish on anybody else's boat. My opportunities are limited, and I enjoy those guys so much that I want to, you know, when I get that chance, I just want to go with them. And back in June, we had an epic trip. I'd never fished down in Lejos Ridge for those big yellowtail, and that was just that was so much fun. The group of guys in that boat, you talked about Trevor earlier, and he came on the boat last year, and how much he has matured and everything like that. But, I mean, you just surround yourself with tremendous people. The kid Mike, what a mechanic, right? There's nothing on that boat he can't fix, and Trevor is following him around learning and stuff. But my one question is, when I was on the Queen earlier in the week, they talked about Guadalupe getting shut down. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I can tell you that Mexico is shut down. Yeah. I don't know if you're aware of it, but Ensenada Harbor is closed for sure all the way to August 21, and then they're not even sure they're going to open it up then. And Mexico City, you can go all you want to all the government offices, but you can't get in the door because they're all locked. They're just, people are not there. You know, you don't read much about it, but COVID in Mexico right now is rampant.
Yeah, third highest in the world right now.
So there you go. And I feel our chances are not good of getting Guadalupe this year. I don't know about the year after. It's hard to say. But
that's just, it's not that you don't have the permits. You have the permits. It's just that
we only have one of the two permits.
One of the two permits.
Okay, and there's more that needs to be done. But I just don't see it happening. Well, I think the odds are not good of it happening this year, okay? And we're surely not going to go in there illegally and fish.
Sure.
So, because that would be the wrong thing to do. Anyhow, we hope that we're going to have it back. But, you know, the interesting thing is so many people have fished Guadalupe for the last 5-6 years that a lot of them are looking forward to going back down to the ridge, okay, and fishing wahoo and pargo. I don't know if you're seeing, I saw pargo the other day at Fisherman's Processing, had to be 20 pounds. Beautiful fish.
Oh, man.
And the yellowtail and the dorado and everything else. So
it's funny that you say that. Obviously, you deal directly with the customers, but just to back that up, we had a gentleman in the store yesterday, or not, when my last day that I worked was Thursday, mirroring exactly what you said. Like, man, I'm really hoping, don't get me wrong, he said, we had a couple of great trips. I'm really hoping we don't go to Guadalupe. I'm wanting to do this year. And yeah, there's definitely been a lot of... We have
an 8-day trip coming up on the RP where they voted last year, hey, let's do something different next year. Let's go back down to the ridge. So I hope that answers your question. I don't feel our odds are great.
But it's possible.
Yes, it is still possible, but I don't see it happening for sure in the next month.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question? And thank you for the compliments.
Yeah, thanks, John. Appreciate that very much. Good call, and it sounds like good times for sure.
It was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun, and it was fun yesterday seeing you at the live broadcast. John had talked about having a great trip on the Queen and catching all those big ones last time. That was a lot of fun and a great live broadcast yesterday.
Fantastic
really
live broadcast. Thanks to North County Ford, Scott and his crew over there. Michael for doing such a great job on the air with us there, and Ken and stuff like that, and a great crowd too. One of our largest of the year, and everybody, thank you very much for wearing your masks as well as social distancing. It really makes Let's Talk Hookup in the future of those broadcasts possible. So thanks for everybody's cooperation on that for sure, and thanks for everybody in attendance too.
Yeah, fun day for sure. Hey, the phones are still packed up. Let's jump right back into them and talk to Don. Don's calling us from Woodland Hills this morning. Hi, Don. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Hey, it was great to see you all down there in Vista yesterday. Thanks for putting on a great show.
Thanks for coming down.
Absolutely. Hey, really, I just want to thank you, Frank, and the rest of the team at Fisherman's Landing and the Sport Fishing Association of California, and all the team that helped get us on the water this year. Happened to go out on a 3-day on the Searcher earlier in the month of July. All the protocols were followed. Everybody was very cooperative, and I know that everybody's just excited to go fishing. So thank you so much for being able to help keep us on the water. And that's really all I had today.
That's nice. Thank
you very much.
Yeah, appreciate the call this morning, and thanks for all your support too. And yeah, time to go fishing.
yeah, it is. No doubt. Let's jump right back into him. Doug from Montebello's up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, Doug. Good morning.
Hey,
what happened to the first string, and then on the rubber band rig, what's the purpose behind it? This is the first time I ever heard anybody using a first rubber band.
So what happened to the first string was his first question.
The first string is still in dry dock and has been red tagged, and most likely you'll never see it again.
What does red tag mean?
It means that Coast Guard deemed it inappropriate to sail with passengers.
So not safe right now.
Not safe.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of guys look at the boat to see if they could save it, including myself. And it's just a mess. And I think I don't see anybody at this point, in their right mind at least, trying to pick that boat up, even if they gave it to you.
Yeah.
And trying to...
Is that just because the dollar amount of repairs to get it
be better off building a new one.
Yeah, right. The money you're going to pump into it.
I think you have to put $1.5 million on that boat, and you can build one for probably $2.3.
Yeah, and
so it's not worth it. And then when you put the $1.5 million in it, what have you got? You got an old boat.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So why would you do that? Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah. It is a shame. It just that's what it comes down to when some guys, rather than put money back into their boat every winter, they don't take care of their boats. That's what's going to happen.
You've said that. I remember from the first year of ever being on Let's Talk Hookup, that's always been a big thing of yours is maintenance and how important it is. And no matter what.
Pride of ownership. That's all it is.
You got to keep the boat up. No doubt about it. And then the other question was rubber banding the sinker. Where'd that come from, and what's the advantage of that?
Rubber banding the sinker has been around for a long, long time, but the guys have come up with a better method so that sinker doesn't fly around. But a crew member's got to show you how to do it. But it basically works very well. And then there's the other way. Some of the guys are preferring tying off on the sinker and then having a leader below the sinker, which I'm not as hot for, just simply because that means there's one more knot, right? And then the other thing is, usually on the bigger sinkers, you don't have to worry about the ring, but there's always the possibility of the ring pulling out.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but the rubber banded sinker works well. That's all I can tell you.
The beauty of the rubber band is that you're not, just like I said, you're not introducing any. Once you're attached to the fish, whether the sinker stays on the line or the sinker goes away, you're just direct to the fish. There's nothing in your way. There's no weight pulling on the hook funky. There's no extra knots involved. It's just you. It's as if you were fly lining.
Yeah, and a lot of times that sinker will go away from the tension on the line moving around, depending on how big of a rubber band.
The way they're rubber banding them now, it doesn't go away very easily. But the biggest advantage of it is when you get near somebody or there's other lines around, it doesn't tangle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the most important part.
And it won't break. It won't. If it tangles, you can just easily remove it. Right. Yeah, for sure.
We had an interesting thing on this last trip. Doug Inouye, he caught his limit with one bait.
What?
Tell me about that.
Huh? Yeah, how'd that work?
Got 2 bluefin with one bait.
What?
The hook went through the gills of the fish that he had and wrapped around the tail of another nearby fish.
No way.
Caught 2 on one. He said it was quite a battle.
So, I would guess.
So fish went to swallow the bait, the line and everything passed through its gill plate and out the other side. Yeah. The hook still exposed and got number 2.
Yep.
That's
cool. Crazy.
That's
a limit
cool.
and one hook, right?
That's right.
That's pretty good.
If you did that, you go through bait a lot less quick. You should have everybody do that.
Everybody only used one bait.
You get done twice as fast. You'd only have to carry half the bait load. That sounds great.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Let's head south down to Rancho Leonero. Our buddy John Ireland's on the line. Buenos dias, John.
Good morning, Pete. Hi, Rick. Hello, Frank.
Hello, Johnny. How are you?
Good. It's nice to be back in business, Frank. You know the story. We're pretty pleased. We're getting actually more people down here than I expected, and been pretty consistent with our clientele. We've been running along 30% and a little pinch ahead. Fishing's been real good, man. The water right now is as warm as I can ever recall. It's 85 to 87 degrees right in front.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then up by Saravo, it's running 90 to 93 up there.
Oh my!
Yeah, straight from Terrapin.
I've seen it that warm at Clipperton, but boy, that's amazing in the Gulf there. Wow.
Well, sometimes when it gets up in the 90s, it doesn't help the fishing, but that hasn't been the case down here at all. As fishing's still red hot, just almost exactly the same as last week. A lot of yellowfin around, multiple pods of porpoise, both inside and outside. Holding mostly footballs, but some nice fish to 30, 40 pounds, but pretty much limits for everybody that are going out and chasing the tuna around. And then, like I mentioned, the Dorado showed up about a week and a half ago, and there's been a real decent Dorado bite, some big bulls. Old Bob Watson started a new lure company, by the way, Blind Strike, and he picked up a 54-pound nice big bull on one of his lures this week. Yeah, so a lot of nice Dorado, a lot of more schooling Dorado around as well. Billfish, by the way, East Cape Bisbee is on for day after tomorrow.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Like government backed off and are allowing. What they're doing though is, there's one person on the team per sign up. There's not going to be any parties before or after. They're really keeping all that to a minimum. But they're letting the guys fish, which is a good thing. We need the tournament.
That's real good.
That's great news.
Yeah, because there was rumors going around that they were canceling all the tournaments.
Oh, more than rumors. The government was putting out edicts every day. No way. So I was really shocked yesterday morning when they came out and decided that they were going to allow it. With the caveats that it's just all fishing and not much partying. But still, really good news. And that, of course, bodes well for the big Bisbee coming up over on the other side. So
and the Western Outdoor News Tuna Tournament too.
That's great.
Yeah, that'll be on as well. But again, a big part of the tuna tournament's all the party and all that going on, and they're going to be trying to squash that as much as possible. But the good news is everybody's going to get to fish, that's for sure. And there's a lot of billfish around, lots and lots of striped marlin. Many more sailfish this week are mixed in, and no matter what the guys are out fishing for and targeting, it seems like they're releasing at one marlin, they're just catching incidental, no matter what's going on. And those that are targeting the billfish are releasing about 5 or 6, and there's a few blues mixed in. We haven't seen any real big ones, but nobody's really fishing hard for the billfish. To be honest with you, they're out after the Dorado and the yellowfin. And I'll finish it up. The Guyos, gosh, I've never seen. Frank, you cannot believe how many roosterfish there are rolling up and down the beach. And I'd say the average fish is honestly 30, 40 pounds, and they're releasing some button up against 100, and the fly fishermen are taking lots off the beach. Sure, just loads and loads of roosterfish around. I mean, it's been a good year, but this past week has really been crazy. A lot of guys.
If I was there, John, that's all I'd be doing.
It sounds like fun to me. Well, hey, it sounds like a great escape. Airfares are amazingly low right now, easy access, and a great escape. Rancho Leonero, if somebody wants to come down there, how do we make a reservation, John?
Thanks, Pedro. It's 800-646-2252, or check out our website, rancholeonero.com.
All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Good news all the way around from Rancho Leonero, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sure will. I look forward to it, gentlemen. Nice talking to you.
Thanks, John. All right. Hey, phones are packed. One line open. You want to get through? 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. We're giving a trip away, a full-day trip on the Liberty.
How cool.
And how cool is that to go fishing with Captain Taro and Anibal and the boys, to go out and go catch some fish right now, and they're getting them.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, every day we hear about, great stops on bluefin and then stops on yellowfin, and like you were saying, I mean, that's Guadalupe buffet size yellowfin available in our local zone. The guys are fishing close to home. You get lots of fishing time. It's really nice right now.
And limited load, right, Frank? How many are they taking?
Right now we're at 38.
38 people.
38 on the Liberty.
It's a lot of space on that big boat.
On an 85-foot boat. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's jump into those jam-packed phones.
Well, jam-packed they definitely are, and we're going to talk to John. John's calling us from Long Beach this morning. Hi, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. My question is to Frank. My friend went on your boat for the very first time a day and a half when you first opened up this year. He had such a great experience. I had torn my rotator cuff, so I didn't get a chance to go, but I'm looking forward to going one of these days. So
good.
You have such a great boat, and he's the guy that caught the only yellowfin on the trip, so he loved it.
Good. I'm glad to hear he had a good time. That's the name of the game.
It's been fun. I mean, I'm sure not the same scheduling wise, but you talked about a trip that had to cancel just people's concerns or whatnot about things. But all of the day and a half and 2 days, just like the case that John's talking about, there's been so many people that have gotten to experience what the Royal Polaris has to offer, and I'll be very interested to see. Like, I will bet that when we go forward the following season, there's a lot of guys that have rode the boat forever that are gonna have to work a little harder to get the reservations in because there's been so many people that have been introduced to how nice things are over on the RP.
It's been amazing, Rick. It's absolutely been amazing, and I've always felt that we needed to run more of the 3-day trips, but hard to do because my schedule wouldn't allow it. So now next year's schedule is, for those that are interested, most of July and part of August is 3-day trips with a few day-and-a-half trips.
Nice.
Because,
Great.
We've had this
people
fishing.
are loving them, huh?
Well, it's not just the idea of exposing new people to the boat. The fact is, it happens 1 or 2 years in a row, and you go, well, can't count on that. But it's, 5-6 years in a row now that we've had this fishing. Hey, it's time to make an adjustment.
Right.
Shouldn't be that many of the longer trips now. It should be shorter trips. But anyhow, that's what we're doing.
All right. Cool.
I dig it.
Great. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including checking in with the catch report. We're going to find out what's biting up and down the beach and a whole lot more. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Hi, this is Doug Kern. Our hardworking crew will make sure your fishing experience is one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day open party trips on the spacious and comfortable Liberty. Since we introduced the full-day trips at Fisherman's Landing, the 85-foot Liberty has become a favorite among full-day operations with bunks for your comfort, huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Plus, Liberty has a big modern galley and 2 interior heads with showers. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can easily be booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
All right, it's time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And this grade of fish that's around right now, 30 to 60 to 100 to 150 pound fish. You want that power. You want that 2-speed. And Talica makes the 10 and the 8, which I just love those reels for just in case you hook that big one, because they have power.
No doubt, yeah. School-size tuna fishing, that is the perfect reel. Talica 10's my favorite. Little wider. The 8's still great, too, especially if you load it with Max Quattro to get your line capacity. But I like that Talica 10. It's so small, fits in your hand. Perfect size reel for catching a 25 to 40-pound tuna. But should you hook a 50-pounder or should you hook a 60-pounder, you got the guts and the drag and the 2-speed to deal with a fish that was bigger than you intended to hook.
Indeed. Talica out of your budget? Well, then step right into a Speedmaster.
Yeah.
Speedmaster, the 12 and 16, Speedmaster 12. What a perfect reel for that smaller grade fish. And again, you hook the bigger one, you're set.
There's not a $250 reel that's nicer than a Speedmaster 12. I can guarantee you that.
No doubt. Well, check it out at your local Shimano dealer.
When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid. Contrast is clearer. Details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
Gotta love California in the summer. Just remember, COVID is still with us, so if you're going to the water, plan ahead, follow local public health guidelines, and make sure everyone wears a life jacket. Save the ones you love. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup here. Having a great time this morning talking fishing. If you want to get in on the action, 833-288-0973.
I want to throw out a big congratulations to our friend Michael Folks from Inside Sport Fishing. His Inside Sport Fishing Season 1. Remember those shows way back when? Now you can get them for free on Amazon Prime.
Oh, no
That's
way.
big time. He's
That's
big time
great.
now. So,
That's great.
No, there's a lot of stuff shot on the Royal Polaris and Fisherman's Landing and all kinds of boats and that. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get Inside Sport Fishing free Season 1 on that. So that's
right on,
big,
Michael.
That's big time, and it's kind of moving forward into his new project too, the History of Sport Fishing, which he's working very hard on. That'll be available in the future too. But congratulations, Michael. So check that out on Amazon Prime.
That's great news. Well, hey, with that said, it's time to find out what's going on the water. It is time for our Catch Report. Today, that Catch Report is sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Not only do they offer the best processing for your fish when your trip returns to the San Diego landings, but as well as your private boat catch. Now with the Fish Pros Market, you can purchase fresh fish, smoked and jerkied fish, their spices, rubs, smoked cheese, and that famous tuna burger. Don't forget the amazing poke kit. It's all available at their Liberty Station location or order online at fishermansprocessing.com. We're going to go up to Dana War Sport Fishing and talk to the man. Captain Chris is on the line. What's up, Chris?
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you there?
Just wanted to make sure that was Pika. It didn't.
Yeah.
It just said Chris, and I thought, well, there's only one Chris at Dana Wharf.
Oh yeah, Pika himself.
That's our boy. What's up, Pika?
Yeah, we're having another one of those flashback weekends. Not only am I calling in you guys, I'm also back on the old Sun Fun here. Old Captain Woolley is up in Monterey right now with his family, and enjoying a little R&R. So I'm covering for him.
That's great.
Well, hey guys, we had a lot going on, man. Beginning of the week, it was really good. We had, really good bass bites. We were also getting some barracuda mixed in with it, some bonita mixed in with it. That's on the coast here in your half-day, three-quarter-day zones. It was a lot of fun fishing. But then again, that wind started blowing, and it kind of, put it this way. The wind blew, the upwellings, all that. You know what happens when the water rolls over. And that water temperature dropped from like 70, 71 degrees all the way down to 56, 57. So naturally, our bite kind of shut off there. But it was really good, while that water was warm. There are some nice pockets of water yesterday coming in. There were some nice pockets of 70-degree water just down a couple miles where it's starting to push in. So I think we got this nice weather like we got here, no wind blowing. We should get a rebound here, and these fish should start biting again. That's on the coast here, guys. However, over on the island, Catalina Island, we got the 5-to-5s going over there. And, they're getting some really good bass fishing over there. They're also hooking up with some nice yellows over there, too. They're getting some really, good-sized mossbacks. So they got that going on that. And, we got the Fury doing the overnights, too. Overnights, 5-to-5s. We got Dana Pride going over there doing 5-to-5s. So, guys, it's I think, the counts did go down, but it's just because of that water temperature dropping. But it's starting to bounce back up, and I think it's going to bounce back pretty quick. So we're going to see definitely see some numbers shooting up here real quick here within the next few days.
the beauty of the summertime is hopefully the down is not long, and conditions will snap back and change. And it's amazing with some good weather conditions how quickly that can change for our favor, Pico. Certainly sounds like some great fishing going on at Dana War Sport Fishing. If somebody wants to get in on it, get in on that bass fishing as it does rebound for us, how do we find you?
Okay, guys, you can give us a call in our office there, and the phone number is area code 949. That's 496-5794. You could look us up on our website at danawharf.com. You could also friend us on Facebook, and you can get our Dana Wharf Sport Fishing app through your phone there and get up-to-date everything on it. So,
nice.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be bouncing back. Trust me on this. The water temperature I'm seeing this morning, where it was, it's 63 degrees right now. But where yesterday morning it was 56. So we are seeing an improvement. And it's been bouncing up during the afternoon. It's been coming up. So, and the water's pretty clean. I mean, we're getting some good areas with some nice clean water. Got a little bit of current flowing through here. It's going to be game time here real soon. You know, it's just how it works sometimes.
Sounds good to me, Pika. Appreciate a great report as always, and we'll look forward to hopefully talking to you or talking to your counterpart, Willie, next week.
You guys have a great week, and take care. It was good talking to you.
Thanks, Chris.
Nice to hear from you for sure. And while we're waiting for Gundy Gunderson, the phones are packed up. Let's go ahead and jump to them. They don't want to talk to Captain Frank Preste. I think they want to go fishing on that Liberty, too.
I think you're probably right. Mark in the Lakeside is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, gentlemen. How's it going?
Great. Good morning.
Hey, I just had a quick question for Frank. How do you, when you guys are targeting those trophy bluefin and that, is there any rhyme or reason as far as when you're rolling up on a school, if you know, do they ping different or are they deeper water, or what's your impression on that?
You mean as far as how we know whether they're bigger fish or not? Is that what you're asking, or are you asking how to fish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How do we know? Well, they definitely, you can tell by looking at the sonar. You can tell by how hard the signal bounces back. Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell the size of the fish versus school fish, yes.
Okay.
And then when you see them on the meter, they're 3 times as big as the 25 or 30-pound fish.
So what about, can you tell the difference between yellowfin and bluefin?
I would say no.
No.
Okay. No, I can't say.
Yeah, someday maybe.
You know what? There's a 50-50 chance. It's just like when you get in a tangle, you know, one way or the other. So, you know, the skipper says, it's straight yellowfin, and it turns out to be yellowfin. He's a hero.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a guess.
Yeah.
If he says it's straight yellowfin, you catch a bunch of bluefin, he's still a hero.
Yeah,
nobody complaining about that either.
The only thing that you probably could be pretty much guaranteed right now is just saying, hey, it's not albacore, it's yellowfin or bluefin.
Albacore. You know,
remember that?
People keep saying, when are the albacore? I don't care when.
We don't.
I think they will show up someday, but I'm not going to hold my breath, and I'm not worried about it, because how can you get better fishing than this?
Oh my gosh,
for real. That's a true statement.
I mean, God,
close to home too.
You've got a chance to go out and catch a 150-pound bluefin.
How about that?
It's some over 200. So.
And what's crazy is you have that chance on the Liberty, and you have that chance on the San Diego, and you have that chance. I mean, you have that chance on a trip where you leave in the morning and you come back that same afternoon. You've got that opportunity. Legitimately,
if you really want to catch 150 to 200-pound fish, you should do at least a day and a half to a 2-day or 3-day. That's where your chances are best, because, you know, honestly, when you go on a if you go out with Taro, yes, he may run. You do run. That's how you get those lower scores a lot of time. They end up with big fish, hooking them up, and they lose 90% of them, and so they have a count of 10 bluefin or something like that. But a majority of the time, Taro's looking for 25 to 40-pound fish, because that's what the people can land. So whereas when you go on a 3-day trip, they're going to look at that. They're going to look at that 25 to 40-pound first to get you some numbers on the boat and get you acclimated to catching fish again. And then from there, it's going to go to the bigger boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good with that.
Good to me, man.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call. Good question. Appreciate that very much. That does free up 833-288-0973. Adam's taking your phone calls as well as running the board. So be patient, be kind, and Adam will get to your call ASAP and get you up on the board there.
You got it. Well, let's jump right back into it. We'll talk to another Mark, this time Mark in Santee. Hi, Mark. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
What's up, Mark?
Good.
And my question is, I've got two questions. The one is about the guy doing the documentary on the fishing. I know you said he's in the process, but do you know when it's coming out and what the station it'll be on? I thought the second question is, I thought Fisherman's Landing, Fisherman's Processing was moving this summer.
Okay. I can answer the second question, and that is Fisherman's Processing will be moving probably in late September. They're building a beautiful facility. It'll have both retail and be able to do all the fish processing. Parking will be better. It's within a couple miles of the landing. It's an excellent location, and like I said, they're building it out right now.
Yeah, right across from Perry's Cafe, if you know where that is, on Pacific Highway there.
And that's the other thing. I mean, if you
want easy, convenient, on-off freeway.
If you want a good breakfast after you get in, there is no place that I know of that gives you maybe there's one or two, but that Perry's is outstanding.
Good.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And so you can have
Mitch's
breakfast
gives
there.
a pretty good breakfast,
Mitch's
too.
is outstanding. The red, what is it? The Red Rooster over at C4.
The Royal Rooster.
Royal
oh my
Rooster.
gosh, yeah.
Yes.
They're fantastic. Yeah. But Perry's has actually an autographed picture from Marty Milner, because remember back in the old days when we used to be at the Pacific Highway studios, it was right across the street. We'd go to breakfast there, and they were huge Marty Milner fans. And if you go into Perry's, you'll see that Marty Milner autograph in there still. Yeah, which is really cool. So
okay, what about his first
and
question?
then the first question was for this history of sport fishing. He's still working on the project. We'll keep you posted of where that's going to be available.
Definitely. And I know he was working a lot on fundraising. I know he has a website dedicated to it, and I'm sure you could
if you want to help him out too, he needs the help.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do a Google search. I believe it's History of Sport Fishing.
historyofsportfishing.com.
You got it.
Yeah, that's Michael Folks. What a great guy, and does amazing works. Probably one of the best videographers that has ever been in sport fishing.
There's certainly nobody that knows how to tell a story through video like he does. You watch one of those inside sport fishing films, whether it's the latest one he's produced or Clipperton Odyssey or all those old school film. You really feel like you're there. If you're a guy like all of us and you watch that, it just gets you pumped up.
That's the cool thing about
being such a great job.
Having that revisited now on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so, I'm excited.
Big time. Yeah,
that's fun.
I can't wait to download it or actually just put it on. Check it out for sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I want to remind you, be sure to check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News, always loaded with great info. Don't forget, the big Western Outdoor News California Tuna Jackpot is next weekend. And you still have time to enter. So check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News. Now, don't forget, every other week is a digital version. So when you subscribe, you get it digitally one week, and you actually get the printed copy the following week. So either way, just subscribe to Western Outdoor News and check out that California Tuna Jackpot tournament coming up next weekend.
Excited for that, and it's great to see successful big fish and some kind of real money tournaments coming back to San Diego. It's a lot of fun, and that's good. That's a great one, well timed, and Western Outdoor News always puts on such a great tournament. That's
the question
really
is
fun.
How big? Because that could potentially be a 300-pounder.
I mean, right now it absolutely could. Yeah.
There's some big ones swimming around there. Have you had any 300-pounders this year on either the Shogun or the Royal Polaris? But a lot of 200-pounders.
We had 200-pounders with no threes.
Yeah, that's good stuff, no doubt about it. Well, hey, let's go ahead and jump back in the phones.
You got it, buddy. How about next up we talk to Michael, who's calling from El Cajon this morning. Hi, Michael. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. It's great to be back in San Diego again. I just have a question for Frank. Even the last time when I called the show, we talked about Frank and Bill Poole, and their mentorship means everything to San Diego. With all the other captains that learned from them, I wanted to thank him for that because that's priceless. And I got a question with what's going on with the tuna right now. So we don't have to weigh down the deckhands and whatnot. What would be the best thing to do as far as if we should get our gear ahead of time? If we're going on that, say, 2-3 day trip and you want to take a shot at the big fish, as far as gear, should take the 40, 80, 100, what gear should we take so we can minimize what we take, but have it in case we need it, but maybe get it rigged up so there's less work that the deckhands have to deal with all the, the restrictions and whatnot that we have.
Well, first of all, I think minimum you need 30, 40, 50, and then you need a 100-pound outfit to fish flat falls at night. You can add a 60 to that if you want, but I think you could do well with, it's amazing how much harder you can pull on 50 compared to 40. It's huge.
Yeah.
But I think 30, 40, 50, and a 100-pound outfit. The one thing that I want you to caution, I made a point earlier about the deckhands not being able to spend as much time with you. That doesn't mean they can't get you all rigged up. They don't have to be within 2 feet of you to get you all set up and rigged up. You need new line, they go up top, put new line. You need new gear, you need to know how to tie that knot or this knot. They can sure show you that. They can spend 5-10 minutes with you right next to you. It's just that they can't sit around and BS with you for 30 minutes at a time, because that's going to cause problems.
It's the hanging out on the rail in between trolling stops.
Yeah, it's very nice of you to think of that, to try and help the crew out. But, that's their livelihood. That's what they're supposed to do, is help you get your gear ready and make sure that it's all the right stuff. So don't, when some people start doing it all at home, that's when disasters happen. So
Indeed.
We don't need to have that happen.
For sure.
Use the crew to, just like you did before. It's just they can't sit around at the dinner table and BS for a while.
Mike, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and radio network.
Pete here to tell you about our friends Jim and Mary and their incredible crew at Poway Valley Collision. I hear it all the time. Hey, I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, and you were right. Mentioned you guys, and they gave us the VIP treatment, fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them now, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And I'm not fooling. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, and Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. I had my car repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
One of the dream trips for most anglers is Alaska. There are so many lodges. How do you make a choice? It's easy. Choose the one most Let's Talk Hookup listeners return to time after time. Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, and the finest charter captains in Sitka. All for the ultimate value. One visit and you will understand why nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. Sitka is famous for some of the best runs of salmon in Alaska. And if giant Alaskan halibut is your target, the expert captains at Kingfisher Charters know the hot spots and can put you on a fish of a lifetime. Plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod are there too. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. It's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except tips. It is truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
We all need to get around, but we all need something different from our vehicles. Your San Diego County Ford dealers have you covered if you're looking for a new truck this month. Plus, it's SUV season, so they have great deals for everyone. Whether it's a new EcoSport that is nimble and fun around town, or the Ford Explorer that is capable of putting a boat in the water and has seating for 7, Ford has you covered. Ford trucks and SUVs aren't just powerful and legendary. They have the latest technology that helps you seamlessly connect your smartphone and ensure you're safe on the road. Features like Pro Trailer Backup Assist on trucks are truly a game changer at the ramp, helping you back up a trailer by simply turning a knob on the dash and doing the hard work for you. So check out all the great deals during SUV season and save some money on the right gear for you. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your San Diego County Ford dealers today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com.
Shimano has done it again. An amazing lever drag 2-speed reel at an affordable price. It's Speedmaster 2, the extremely durable, high-performance Speedmaster 2 with high maximum drag power and a smooth, ultra-wide range of drag adjustability is an absolute fish-fighting machine. Its rigid mahogany body prevents misalignment of moving parts under the heaviest loads. Plus, a spare drag cam is included for optimal use with monofilament lines. The Speedmaster is now available in 4 models, 12, 16, 20, and 25. This is the perfect reel for the angler looking for a powerful, lightweight, smooth casting reel for tuna or other powerful saltwater game fish at more affordable price. Nothing in its class can match the Shimano Speedmaster 2, built to provide high-end performance and durability in a compact, lightweight frame. Get the Shimano Speedmaster 2 lever drag reel at your local Shimano dealer. Check Shimano.com for all the details.